pulled us in the locker room, gave us the percentages, basically told us, ain't none of you little niggas making it to the league. So focus on academics. I ain't focused on academics, and I didn't make the league. So where am I at right now in life? Living well. Get no fuck, nigga.
And you're...
Yo, what it do, YouTube, man? I'm not want to waste time, so we're going to get straight into it, you feel me? Today we about to be reacting to why it sucks to be a point guard by Bench Flex. Now, me personally, I never been a point guard type of person. I'm not one to play like a point guard. I don't have the ball handle for a point guard. I don't have the... I'm not going to say I don't got the IQ, but it's like I don't want to be in that position to have to run the floor. I'd rather space the floor and get people open and get myself open. But this ain't about that. Let's get straight into it. It's
You're born short. That's how it feels. From the jump.
Yeah, I was born short as shit. I'm still kind of short because I'm like, what, 5'10". But it's like, I ain't start growing till like, when did I start growing? Like the end of what? The end of 8th grade year. Or the beginning of freshman year. That's when I started growing.
Life is a vertical insult. Every playground, every gym, every ESPN highlight reminds you of what you're not. 7-footers throw down dunks on grainy mixtapes while you, at barely 4 feet tall, are trying to figure out why the rim looks like it's in a different time zone. But the ball doesn't care. It fits your hands.
It doesn't.
It obeys when nothing else does. You can't jump over people, so you go through them.
See, that's why short people are built to be point guards, and I'm not short, so I'm not built to be a point guard. You know what I'm saying? I'll go get that board, though. You feel me?
Space, through rhythm, through control. While everyone else chases hang time, you fall in love with the ground. The court becomes yours. The dribble, your language. Your first real crossover doesn't happen in a packed gym. It happens alone. Cracked blacktop court behind the school, no refs, no fans. Just you, a crooked rim, and the echo of sneakers scraping pavement.
Yeah.
You fake
I had plenty days like those on Brown Street. Cause y'all know with the Brown Street Academy, I grew up over there too, so. Yeah, bro. Brown Street Academy, bro.
Go left, and for one split second, you're free. Untouchable. That feeling, it burrows into you. Like a secret only you know. Not scoring, not glory, just control. That control becomes an obsession. You start seeing lanes where others see clutter, angles where others see chaos.
See?
Every day after school, after practice, after dark, you're still out there. Head down, pounding the ball, carving your space. The gym lights turn off. The janitor's mop echoes through empty halls. But you stay. Not for applause, not for anyone else. For you.
That's when motherfuckers had hoop dreams. Like, motherfuckers was really dedicated to that shit. In the freshman year, Coach K, Mr. K, whatever the fuck y'all want to call him at Mesmer, pulled us in the locker room, gave us the percentages, basically told us, ain't none of you little niggas making it to the league. So focus on academics. I ain't focused on academics, and I didn't make the league. So where am I at right now in life? Living well. Get no fuck,
nigga. And you're still barely 5 feet tall, but you're already directing traffic like a tiny general. Coaches take notice. They start calling you the little coach. You hear it, you act like you don't. You hate how much you love it. Because deep down, it's true. You see things. Plays unfolding 3 moves ahead, you point, you guide, you control. Your teammates don't always listen, but the ball does. There's no special gear for you, no custom shoes, no flashy mixtapes. You rock the same beat-up kicks, the same hand-me-down jersey, but your game sharpens, your handle gets tighter, your passes start snapping. The bounce of the ball is still the loudest thing you hear. Still, the only thing you trust. No one tells you this, but being a point guard is a curse disguised as leadership. You're the first blame, the last thing. Every turnover is your fault.
I be on my nigga Juan ass, bro. That nigga be pissing me off. But it's like, I feel like being the point guard gotta be the hardest position on the floor, in my opinion. So even though I be getting on your ass, you got that shit, cuz. You got that. No
Every bad shot is your bad decision. The scoreboard never credits you for the passes that didn't get dropped, the cuts you told someone else to make, the rhythm you held together by sheer will. But you keep showing up. Because control isn't optional anymore. It's the only thing that feels right. There's a weight you carry that others don't. You see the cracks before they...
Let's just appreciate his animation style. I fucks with this.
More. You fix them before they break. You're the quiet engine under the hood of every win, and nobody claps for the engine. They cheer for the shiny paint job.
Snitching, bro.
You tell yourself that's fine. And then high school creeps closer. You hear the whispers. Scouts, scholarships, bigger guards with bigger bodies. You know what's coming. You've seen it happen to others.
And just like that, hoop dreams are killed. On to the next. Straight like that, bro.
You also know what they don't. You've been underestimated your entire life. That's the part you've trained for. So you stay late. Another night, another empty gym. You hit the same spot on the floor until the lights flicker, until your legs
Look,
ache.
though, the reality is the reality. No matter how much work you put in, if you're not somewhat genetically gifted, you're not going to the league. You have to be at least 6. I'm gonna say 6'3" now because the guards are getting bigger and bigger by the year. That's all I'm saying. You gotta have a little looks with genetic on top of skill. You can't just go in there with pure skill and be 5'5". Who the fuck you think you is? Like Mike? No, nigga.
Until you can't hear anything except the rhythm of rubber on hardwood. This is where you're made, not in games, not in highlights. Here, in the silence, where the ball listens better than anyone else ever has.
Man, I miss these
High school
moments,
isn't
bro.
about who understands the game. It's about who gets noticed. You're the point guard, the one who keeps the offense from falling apart. But the spotlight's never been for you. The 6'3" shooting guard thinks he's the franchise player. He's got bounce. Scouts circle him like vultures. You're the one setting his screens, feeding him passes, covering his missed rotations.
I was just talking about this, but let him preach.
Coach doesn't have to say it, but he does anyway. Feed him. Scouts are watching. Like you didn't already know. Practice becomes politics. You direct traffic, you fix mistakes, you take the blame when things fall apart.
Right.
Every turnover sticks to your name. Every missed layup
How do you
somehow
animate
becomes
like
your
this?
fault. You point, adjust, manage egos without making noise. The team barely notices, but you keep doing it. One
Right.
night she's there. The girl you've been clocking from the stands. You try a behind-the-back pass. Hits your teammate's face. She laughs. You log it. Next time, you'll make it count.
Right.
Off the court, the same grind. Coaches talk about intangibles. Directors talk about marketability. You get it. You're not flashy. You're not selling tickets. But you're the reason the machine runs. The
Facts.
locker room's loud. Everyone thinks they're the next big thing. You stay quiet. You keep the system moving. You stay late.
Don't get me wrong, the whole team is important, but the point guard is the most important piece on the team. You got a shitty point guard, you're gonna have a shitty team. And it's straight like that, bro.
Ways. The gym empties, but you're still out there chasing rhythm, perfecting control. That's the part they'll never see. The shooting guard gets his headlines, his mixtapes, his offers. But when the game's on the line, when things spiral, the coach
Comes to you.
Connectivity through Spectrum is vital, provides us with reliability.
looks at you because he knows.
Did
You've
you know?
always been the safety net. One night, coach lingers after practice. Doesn't say much, just watches. Maybe he gets it, maybe not. Doesn't change why you're here. The work is the only thing that's real. You're not chasing highlights, you're chasing peace.
You see,
You play-
I wish I had access to a gym like that. Not saying I was less fortunate, because I grew up in a very good position with my mama. Thank you to her. But no, nigga like me, I had to go to a public park and go hoop, or my old school park and go hoop. And ain't nothing wrong with that, because the grind is what really makes you. So it's like, I ain't really tripping. I feel like that's why my playing style is the way that it is. That's another reason why, because I grew up different. I taught myself how to play basketball. I didn't have a man or elder to like really, I mean, I guess Walter helped me when like middle school, but other than that, I didn't have nobody teach me how to play basketball. That's all self-taught, bro. So it's like, I get it. I get it.
Control the chaos. And that's enough. For now. College isn't a bigger stage. It's a smaller window, tighter spaces, faster decisions. Everyone here was the guy at their old school. Now you're all fighting for the same 15 minutes of playing time. The first thing you notice is the speed. It's not just faster, it's relentless. The gaps you used to thread passes through close before your fingers even finish the motion. Every lazy dribble gets punished. Every hesitation gets picked. Welcome to college basketball, where knowing the playbook isn't enough. You have to know how to survive. The coach doesn't yell much. He doesn't need to. His eyes do the talking. Every time you call out a set, every time you organize the chaos, he watches. You're not the future NBA star. You're not the viral sensation. You're here because you make his job easier. You're the brain, the stabilizer, the one who remembers what everybody else forgets. The problem is, nobody cheers for the brain. Your roommate is a freshman shooting guard.
That's because they don't
cocky, athletic.
understand. They don't understand. A lot of basketball fans don't understand. Even the cheerleaders don't fucking understand. Hold on, let me see, make sure this computer ain't about to die. Are we good?
Already has no
No,
deals
they
lined
don't
up.
understand.
He calls you coach in practice, half respect, half mocking. You smile. You pass him the ball. You watch him break open threes and scream at the rim. You don't correct him. The scoreboard will. Offense in college isn't beautiful. It's a meat grinder. You're tasked with feeding guys who think passing is a form of weakness. You run the pick and roll. You set the tempo. And when the team loses, guess whose name gets whispered in the film room? But you don't
Hold on,
fold.
y'all.
You
Hi! Come here! Come to Dada! Come here! Come here! Oh. You want to finish this with me? Come on.
been here before? High school politics, same playbook. Bigger bodies, smaller tolerance for mistakes. You learn to talk less and lead more. You point, you signal, you adjust on the fly. You keep the machine running even as its pieces keep trying to break themselves.
Right.
Practice turns into war zones. Conditioning drills feel personal. Your legs ache constantly.
See, I ain't make it that far. I ain't do college. That ain't for me. I can't do all that homework and shit. You going to college?
Becomes your
though.
best friend.
You going to
You develop a
college.
limp that never quite goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody notices. They're too busy chasing their own highlights.
You asked me if I want straight eggs.
Yeah.
Sure. Protein. More is coming.
Reels. There's a moment, small, forgettable to everyone else, when you dive for a loose ball, out hustle a bigger guard, save a possession. The
And that
bench
shit-
doesn't erupt.
That shit goes unnoticed. That shit goes unnoticed. But not from the motherfuckers that actually hoop. Actually, hooping motherfuckers notice the shit. The little things. That's all I'm saying.
The camera doesn't follow, but the coach sees. He gives you a look, a tiny nod. It's not much, but it's everything. Classes blur into late night film sessions. You dissect tendencies, memorize opponent rotations, find margins in chaos. You become obsessed with controlling what you can, because that's the job. You're the floor general, the unsung mechanic of this machine, but the clock keeps ticking. The freshman guard gets more minutes, more shine. You're still running the show, but now from the shadows. There's a way to it. The knowledge that your ceiling is right there. Visible, unavoidable, and yet you keep going. Because this, the court, the control, the rhythm of the game bending to your will, this is yours. Always has been. You stay after practice. Of course you do. Another 100 floaters. Another hour of free throws. Another night chasing a feeling most people wouldn't understand. Not for clout. Not for a mixtape. For you.
Validation.
Because no matter how invisible you become, the game still listens. The ball still obeys. And in a world that rarely does, that's enough to keep you here. For now. It doesn't happen all at once. Decline creeps in quietly. At first, it's just soreness.
Man, look, the love for the game is a special type of love, bro. I'm telling you.
Your knees barking louder after every practice. Ankles that don't forgive missed landings. Hips
More.
tightening up like rusty
Give me
hinges.
that.
Nothing serious. Nothing you can't tape up or ice down. But it builds. Every hard cut stings a little more. Every loose ball scramble takes a little longer to recover from.
Your body can
The
only
quickness
take so
that once
much, man.
separated you starts slipping
So
through your
much.
fingers. Half a step slower, just enough for defenders to close the gap, just enough to feel it. You adapt. You've always adapted. You tighten your angles. Get smarter with your footwork. Use your body to create space where speed used to do the job. But it's not the same. The
Tell
younger
your mama.
guards, the ones you used to outthink and outwork, are now outrunning you two. Practice becomes survival. You pick your spots. Play chess while they play checkers. But your margin for error
No.
shrinks.
Is this
That
apple
floater
juice?
you used-
Timeout.
No, it's my Sprite.
Okay, she sure just killed this shit. No.
Off clean now gets swatted by kids with longer wingspans and fresher knees. You read the defense perfectly. You make the right pass. Still, the finish gets botched. And when the box score gets red, they won't remember the pass, just the miss. Your body aches in places you didn't know existed. Ice baths become rituals. Your gear stays taped up like it's holding you together. You wake up sore. You go to sleep sore. Some days, walking to class feels harder than running a fast break. And yet, you show up every damn day. The freshman guard with the
Different
bouncy
type
legs
of
and
love,
no
man.
fear gets more minutes. You watch him make the same mistakes you cleaned up as a rookie. You watch the coach give him chances you had to earn. You get it. That was you once. But knowing doesn't make it easier. You become the veteran voice in huddles. The guy who steadies the team when things spiral. You see the cracks before they break. You plug holes that nobody notices. You're not flashy. You're not on anyone's highlight reel. But without you, the ship sinks. The hardest part isn't the pain. It's the invisibility. You run the offense, call the plays, keep the machine running.
That boy feel unappreciated, man. He get like that.
But the applause is for the dunk, the buzzer beater, the kid who gets to flex for the cameras. You clap from the sideline. You nod when your name gets left out of the recap. But you keep going because the game is still yours. The feel of the ball in your hand, the moment the defense shifts exactly how you predicted, those small victories keep you alive. You've accepted your role. The coach leans on you for leadership, but not for minutes. You've become a mentor by default, a walking playbook. You don't get your name called in starting lineups, but your fingerprints are all over every possession. There's a weight in knowing your ceiling is here, that this is as far as it goes. No NBA, no draft night calls, no agents blowing up your phone. But there's also peace in it. You carved out your place. You played the game the right way. Late at night, after the gym empties, you stay behind.
It's just the thought of all out work for nothing. Not even for nothing. You gain the knowledge that came with the work, but it's like now you're gonna be a coach. What you gonna do with that knowledge that you have? Well, that's all I'm trying to see.
One more hour of free throws. One more set of floaters. Not for scouts, not for the crowd. For the same reason you started. Because in this space, with the ball in your hands, the world makes sense. And that's enough. You were never going to be the tallest, never the fastest, never the one filling up the highlight reels. But you learned early that control beats chaos, that vision beats height, that the game, for all its noise, listens best to those who understand rhythm. Being a point guard has never been about glory.
No.
It's been about responsibility, about shouldering the weight of others' mistakes, about seeing the play unfold 3 steps ahead and making the pass that gets forgotten in the box score. You've run teams that didn't know you were running them. You've fixed broken offenses on the fly. You've been the voice in the huddle when the crowd was too loud, the brain on the court when the bodies got lost. And for all of that, you've been invisible. But you never did it for the credit. You did it because there's a purity in control, in the bounce of the ball, in the split-second decision that turns chaos into clarity.
Right.
The injuries piled up, the spotlight passed you by. The next generation came hungry, louder, flashier, and still, you showed up. You knew something they didn't. You knew that the game only bends for those who respect its rhythm. No statue will bear your name, no signature shoe will drop with your logo, but the game remembers. Teammates remember.
The game don't remember shit. Nothing. It don't remember nothing.
Coaches remember. And deep down, you know you've left your fingerprints on every court you've...
Yeah, we about to do an outro, but nah. Being a point guard definitely suck. I feel like a point guard is the most important role on the court because you gotta facilitate and make sure that everything goes afloat. If it doesn't, then it's chaotic. No control, no. But y'all see she getting antsy, so I'm gonna catch you niggas in the next one. Yes, sir.